is a succinct and awesome hit it and quit it practice of yoga for your flow state. So in order to do that, make sure you're comfortable, you have something that you can stand on, you have enough room that you can move around, and some pants or a shirt that you can breathe in. And we're going to start by standing up. So begin by inhaling your hands up above your head and exhaling your hands to the center of your body. Coordinating the breath and the movement, inhaling the hands up, inviting the hands up through the fullness of the breath, and exhaling the hands down the middle line of the body. On the exhale, inhaling in through the nose, inviting the exhale out the nose in this deep ujjayi breath that we've practiced, or victory breath, bringing the breath into the body. So inhaling the right hand up, we're going to exhale and walk the left hand down the left side of the body. Opening up the breath in the right side of the ribs. You might exhale and look down towards your feet on the exhale, and on the inhale, sliding the left hand back up, right hand comes down the side of the body. Exhaling the left hand up into the air, looking down towards the right heel, inhaling into the right side of the body, and exhaling the hands back to neutral. We're going to try that again. Inhaling the right hand up, exhaling the left hand down the left side of the leg, bending into the left side of the rib. On the exhale, inhaling, looking down towards the left feet. On the exhale, releasing that right hand down the right side of the body. Inhaling the left hand up into the air. Exhale, bending on the right side. As you inhale and look down at your right heel. Exhaling, sliding the hands back up into neutral. Inhaling the hands to heart center. And inhaling the arms up. Gathering, and exhale, releasing. We'll try the same move with the feet about hip width distance apart. So inhaling the hands up above the head. And on the inhale, coming all the way up onto the toes here. Exhale, releasing as the hands come down, the heels come back down towards the ground. So inhale, extending up through the front of the shins, the front of the body. Inhale, reaching and gathering up. In this upward motion, we're really extending the upward motion through our heels, and exhaling, the heels come back down and grounding into the heels. Beautiful. And one more time, inhaling the hands up above the head. Gathering this energy up above, and exhaling the hands forward through the heart center. Beautiful. Now coming to the front of your mat, we're going to do the same thing, but starting to coordinate the breath and the movement. So inhaling the hands up, gathering, reaching up, and on the exhale, cascading, swan diving forward. Bending at the hips, bending the knees, and on the inhale, flat back, coming up, shins come up the front of the spine, and exhale, cascading forward, bending the knees. Inhale, reaching the hands up above the head, coming back into your chair position, and on the exhale, straightening the legs up. Hands come back to heart center. We'll try that again. So inhale, reaching up above the head. When the hands reach, that's the fullness of the breath. On the exhale, cascading the arms apart, bending at the waves, waving the breath down forward into forward fold, bending the knees. Inhaling, sliding the legs, hands up the front of the legs, inhaling to flat back.
Exhale, bending both the legs and the knees, coming back to sit in your chair. On the exhale, inhale up into your chair pose, Utkatasana, and on the exhale, straightening the legs, arms coming back to the sides of the body, inhaling the hands to the center of the heart. Beautiful. And one more time through this moving vinyasa inhale, reaching and gathering, fullest extension of the breath. Exhale, bending, cascading at the hips. Fullness of the breath, the belly comes back towards the spine, and on the exhale, inhaling, the hands up above the head into chair pose. Exhale, hands come back through the center, arms straightening, legs straighten, and inhale the hands back to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to build on that and come into another pose. So inhaling the hands up above the head. Exhale, cascading, bending at the waist, swan diving forward. The fullness of the exhale reaches, bending back, bending the knees, inhaling up, sliding the hands up the front of the legs into flat back. And on this time, listen up, exhaling, both feet, hands come down to the sides of the feet. The right foot comes back, and then the right knee comes onto the ground. Beautiful. Inhaling, shifting the weight back into the right hip. Inhaling the hands up above the head. And exhale, both hands come down to frame the right foot. Now lifting the left hand up into the air, tracing it up the left side of the body, opening the left hand up into the air, inhaling up, exhaling, the left hand comes back down towards the ground, and exhale, extending back into your runner's lunge. Inhale, and exhaling, flexing the foot. Inhale, bending the left knee. Exhale, the right foot comes up to meet the left. Exhaling into your forward fold, sitting back in your chair. Inhale, up to flat back. Exhale, bending, sitting back in that chair again. This time, weight in the back of the heels, inhaling the hands up. Into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, pressing into the feet. Hands swiping out the sides of the body. Inhaling the hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do that on the left side. So inhaling the arms up above the head. Exhale, cascading forward. Belly button comes back towards the spine. When the fullness of the breath has left, bending the knees. Inhale, sliding the hands back up the legs to flat back. Exhale. Both hands come to frame the foot, and this time the left foot comes back, left knee comes onto the ground. Inhaling, the left hand's up, shifting the weight back into the left hip. 45-degree angle in the front right knee. Exhaling, both hands down. Beautiful. Left hand presses into the floor, inhaling the right hand up the right side of the thigh, making sure, right side of the shin, making sure that the knee splays in towards the midline of the body as you lift the right hand up towards the air. And on the exhale, releasing that right hand back down towards the ground. Exhale, shifting the left hip back towards the left foot as you inhale into your runner's lunge. Exhale, lifting the left heel up towards your nose. And on the inhale, bending the right knee into a 45-degree angle, inhaling. Walking the left tail on the exhale, the left foot comes, exhaling the left foot forward. Inhale up to flat back. Exhaling, coming back, sitting in your chair. Bending both knees. Inhale, making sure that the knees are not above the toes. Inhaling up. Back in your chair. Exhale, pressing up into both hips. And the hand comes in front of the heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Just closing the eyes here, opening the hands out to the side. Perhaps both feet are pressed in firmly into the floor, standing in your Tadasana or mountain pose. So imagining this energy that moves up the backside of the spine. Nice foundational energy up the back of the spine, and then exhale, cascading the exhale down the front of the spine. So inhale, using that foundation of energy, just imagining with the eyes closed, energy moving up from the back of the heels, up the back of the legs, up the back of your nice strong hips to your shoulders, the top of your head, and on the exhale, imagining that energy cascading over the front of the body, over the eyes, the heart, back down over the knees and down to the ground. So you might use that same visualization as we move into the next bit of the same vinyasa we just did. So inhaling, the arms up above the head. Exhale, cascading forward. Belly button back towards spine. Inhale, up to flat back. Exhale, cascading both hands down to frame the feet. Right knee comes back. Right knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, leg in the front, left leg, 90-degree angle. Inhaling, the arms up. Stabilizing the hips, exhaling. Arms come out to frame the front foot. Right hand presses into the ground. Inhale, cascading the left arm up into the air, looking up towards the left thumb. Even weight in both hips. Exhale, left hand comes down towards the floor. Moving the weight back into the left hip, inhaling back into your runner's lunge. Exhale, the left foot comes up towards the sky. And this time we're just going to take a small movement in vinyasa. So inhaling into the fingertips and exhale, cascading over the front thigh. A micro bend in the left knee. One more time, inhale up. Cascading the energy into the back of the heart, and exhale, releasing the belly down towards the spine, down towards the knee. Inhaling up. And on the exhale, bending the left knee. Beautiful. Both hands come to frame the front foot. Walking the right foot up to meet the left, bending your right knee, and placing the left foot gently down next to, right foot down next to the left. Inhaling up to flat back. Cascading up the front of the body into flat back. And exhaling, bending both knees, sitting back in your chair. Shifting the hands up as you sit in your chair on the inhale. And on the exhale, pressing up through the chair into the firmness of the hips, the strength of the legs, grounded on the floor, hands to the heart center. Beautiful. Let's take one inhale and exhale here. Releasing that out the mouth, letting go of what happened on that side, and let's go on to the adventure on the next side. So inhaling the arms up. As we move on to the left side, exhale, cascading forward, nice and firm in the hips, firm in the feet, grounding into the back of the heels, inhaling up to flat back, sliding up the front of the legs, exhale, cascading forward. Both hands come, planting on both sides of the feet. Exhale, moving the left foot back, beautiful. Placing the left knee on the ground, and on the inhale, squaring the hips up, squeezing through the midline of the knees, coming together as the hands come up above the head, and the exhale, releasing the hand down. Inhale, sliding the right hand up, the right leg looking up towards the ceiling, the right palm, and exhaling. Right palm comes down to frame the right foot. The right heel comes up, inhaling. And exhaling the toe up towards the nose. Micro bend in this right knee. And then inhaling up onto the fingertips. Exhale, cascading forward. Inhale, breathing into the back of the leg. Micro bend in that left knee as you cascade forward. Maybe it's only just even a centimeter or two. Maybe it's just a ripple through the spine as you inhale, pressing up into your fingertips. Exhale, cascading forward. Seeing if the breath is becoming compromised, how can you just minimize the pose but still stay in the breath? So inhale, shifting the right knee forward. Both hands come to frame the right foot. The right foot comes back to meet the left. Beautiful. We're going to just stay here for 3 breaths in either downward dog or plank. So inhaling here, or if you feel like you've had enough, you can come back into child's pose. Heels together, knees apart. Inhaling into the center of your belly. Exhaling nice and strong through the hands. Fingertips clawing into the floor. And one more time, inhaling, belly button back towards the spine. And exhaling. Beautiful. Placing the knees on the ground. Fantastic. Placing the tops of the feet onto the ground. And then coming back into child's pose here, exhaling back. Everyone meeting in child's pose. Taking 1 breath in child's pose, breathing into the base of the spine, checking back in with the body. Seeing if the body, the breath, and the movement can coordinate again. Bringing the awareness back into the present moment with the breath. And then inhale, walking the right hands and the left hand back up. Inhaling the right hand up into the air. And exhale, threading the needle. Right hand comes through, right shoulder comes onto the ground. Exhaling the left hand forward. Taking 1 breath here. Seeing how quickly can you release into this pose. How quickly can you find that wave and that flow of the breath. Exhaling the left hand underneath the left shoulder, unfurling the arm. Right hand comes back up into the air. On the inhale, exhaling the left palm, right hand palm down into the ground. Inhaling the left palm up into the air. Exhale, threading the needle through the center. Exhaling, walking the left shoulder onto the ground. The right fingertips might finger spider forward on the mat. Inhaling and exhaling in to the right side of the ribs here. Beautiful, letting that wave of the breath fill up the body, calm the nervous system. And on the exhale, placing the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, unfurling. Left hand comes up into the air and placing the hand back down. And walking the hands forward, we're going to come into a gentle cat-cow position. So inhaling the head and the tailbone up, exhaling, pressing into the tops of the hands and feet. Inhale, finding that nice curve in the spine. And on the exhale, that extension as you press up into the backside of the heart. And then taking it at your own rhythm or pace. Perhaps you might move some hip circles through the left side of the hip circles. You might just freestyle it, wild style. But just seeing how can you coordinate the breath in the rhythm, the breath in the movement of the rhythm. And then switching perhaps over to making circles with the right hip. If you don't have something to freestyle, but I'm sure you can figure something out. Inhaling. Allowing yourself this freedom of the breath and the movement. And then walking the hands a little bit further forward. We're going to come into an exploration of bending the arms as we come forward into a extended upward dog. So bending the arms, a micro bend in the arms here, inhaling. If this is okay for your lower back, looking over your left shoulder here. Back towards your left ear, inhale. Head forward, exhale over your right shoulder. Inhale, head back to center. And then exhaling, coming back into child's pose. Pushing back. And perhaps on the exhale, placing your palms up towards the sky. And then inviting you to, on your next inhalation, pressing the palms and the hands into the floor. And just beginning to move, bending through the left, bending through both elbows as you snake forward and coming forward, rotating forward into just making some large hip circles around. So inhale, moving towards the left side of the hip, bending the left elbow, exhaling forward, inhaling, moving through the right side of the hip, right hip comes back towards the heel, exhaling to the center, inhaling towards the left side, exhale, cascading through the center, inhale, rotating through the right hip, and exhaling forward this time, and inhaling back on the right side. Exhaling forward as the chest comes up, inhaling back, and exhaling forward as the belly comes up, and inhaling back. And then try it on the other side, switching directions. So inhale, rotating through the right hip, right elbow bent, exhaling forward, moving the weight into the front of the hands, nice and strong through the arms. Left hip comes back towards left buttocks. Inhaling the middle. Or you might even just play with your own breath, seeing where does it feel best to exhale, where does it feel best to inhale. So using this movement of snaking around the center axis of the spine, moving through the hips, moving through the shoulder girdle to just begin to play with this coordination of breath and movement. And one more time, let's try inhaling forward on one side, on the right side up, and exhaling back on the left side. I know I'm starting to get some nice cracks through, little snap, crackle, pops in through the hips, which is letting me know I really need it to warm up the greater trochanter, where the hip bone comes into, the femur comes into the hip bone, and exhale, coming forward. Letting that go, coming back into your child's pose, palms up towards the sky. And I invite you to place the hands behind the head in prayer, both palms pressed into the back of the neck, and seeing if you can widen the elbows here as you come back into communion with your breath. That flow state of the breath as it comes in and out. Seeing if you can take perhaps the deepest breath of your day as you even extend the elbows a little bit wider. Can the elbows move and reach both corners of your mat or both corners of whatever you're lying on? Maybe even the elbows move as far or as wide as the hips. Beautiful. Exhale, letting that go. And then shifting the weight forward, we're going to come into a gentle Sphinx pose. So shifting the weight forward on the hips, both tops of the feet press into the ground. Beautiful. The elbows come underneath the shoulders, rotating the shoulders up and down and back, and breathing into the front side of the neck here. Pressing the tops of the feet into the ground and looking over the left shoulder. Inhaling the head back to center, looking over the right shoulder. Exhaling the head back to center. Even seeing if you can press the elbows off of the floor, nice in just a extended Sphinx pose. Breathing up into the front side of the hips. If this feels good for you, rotating the shoulders up and down and back. Otherwise, you can stay in regular Sphinx pose. And inhaling the chin and the chest up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, releasing the elbows down, releasing the hands so that you have a little cradle for your hands, or stack the right palm on top of the left palm, and the head rests on the forehead. The forehead rests on the floor or on the back of the hands. Inhaling here. Identifying the heartbeat. Coming back to the sound of that oceanic breath as it comes in and out of the body, in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. One more pose here on the belly. We're going to bend the left knee and reach back and grab a hold of the top of the left foot if that's available to you. The top of the head rests on the floor. And then bending the right knee, grabbing back a hold of the shin, grabbing back a hold of the tops of the feet. Or if that's not available for you, you could even place a towel, a kitchen towel or something, a t-shirt. You can take your t-shirt off and place it behind your, the bend of the top of your feet, behind your shins. And then inhaling in, rotating the shoulders up and down and back, so that the shoulder blades are kissing one another. And then inhaling the head up off of the ground, then lifting the left top of the thigh off the ground, the right top of the thigh off the ground, and inhaling up, breathing into the front of the belly. Like a bow here, proposed to be taut with tension. So inhaling up, the eyes come up towards the top edge of the wall in front of you. Breathing into the front of the belly. Seeing if you can squeeze the knees together for one more inhalation and exhalation. And then on your next exhalation, release the feet down, release the hands back, stack one on top of another. And releasing that all the way back down. Beautiful. Actually, as long as we're here, let's go into a beautiful super person pose, super powered pose. So inhale, lifting the legs up off of the ground. Inhale, rotating the shoulders up and down and back. The palms come off of the ground. Palms facing down towards the floor. Inhaling, and you can move the arms out to the side to a T position, or you might even release the neck so that the head is looking down towards the floor, and imagine that you're scaling over your city as the arms extend forward. You might even rotate over from one right side of the hip to the left side of the hip, and just see how many inches can you get the arms and the feet simultaneously off the ground. So inhaling up, taking one more exhalation here, and even higher, seeing how high can you lift the legs and the feet simultaneously. Inhaling up, and on the exhale, releasing that back down. And bringing the head over towards, perhaps making a pillow with the hands. The right ear rests on the floor. Relaxing the heartbeat here. Letting that go. Beautiful. And one more time, inhaling up, just seeing if you can come into your fullest expression of the pose. The heels are lifted up off of the floor. The feet are lifted up off of the floor. The arms can either come back down towards your side, out of a T position, or straight up in front of you. Inhaling into the belly. For one, up the back side of the body. Exhaling, making sure there's not too much tension in the head and the neck. Inhale, exhale for two. Inhaling, your biggest extension of this pose, biggest expression. And on the exhale, releasing the feet down. The left ear comes to the floor on the pillow that you created for yourself with your palms down. And again, releasing this breath. Beautiful. Giving a nice exhale out through the mouth. And we are going to, from here, just roll on over to your backside. In whatever way you want to get there, I'm going to come into a final, let's just call it a back stretch or a core strengthener that also is going to be fantastic for your back. So pressing your lower back into the floor here. Beautiful. Lifting your right shin up into the air. And then lifting your left shin up into the air. Flattening the lower back so that it's completely nice and strong, completely firm, pressed, so there's no space in the spine on the floor. You can place your hands behind your head if this feels good for you, making a little sling for your neck. The feet come parallel, and then tucking the right toe down, and then lifting it back up on the exhale to parallel. Left toe comes down, inhale, and then exhale, left shin to parallel. Right toe comes down, and exhale, right shin to parallel. Left toe on the exhale comes down, back, really press that back into the floor. Inhale, left shin up. Pressing the belly button back towards the spine. Exhaling the left toe down. Inhaling the right shin up. Exhaling the left toe down. Barely touching the floor. Inhaling it right back up to parallel. Exhale. 5 more here. Inhale up. Right leg. Exhale. Left. Comes back up. Inhaling the right toe down. 4. Exhaling back up to parallel. Belly button towards spine. Inhaling the left toe down. Exhaling back to parallel. That's a weird breath. You can try it different ways. So then actually exhaling the toe down feels better to me. Belly button towards spine. Inhaling back up to parallel. Exhaling left toe down. Inhale to parallel. Exhale right toe down. 3. Inhale to parallel. Beautiful. Full breath here, nice and strong. Exhale left toe down. Inhale to parallel. 2 more, you got this. Inhale right toe down. Exhale to parallel. Inhale left toe touches the floor barely. Exhale to parallel. Inhale, the last right toe comes down nice and strong through the thighs. Strong through the belly. And exhale, left toe down. Shin comes to parallel. And I invite you to gently release the head, release the neck, and slowly walk the legs out. And release them onto the ground. Whew. I don't know how you feel, but I feel good. That was awesome. You did great. Okay. So releasing some of that tension in the front of the hips, just rolling, grabbing hold of both knees, rolling back from side to side, rocking out the back side of the hips, the back, lower back out on the floor. You might even place both feet so that they are pressed up into the air, grabbing on the outside of the heels into your dead bug or happy baby. Or as one of my friends calls it, the happy lady pose. Both feet pressed up into the air. Breathing into your back and exhale, releasing that lower back onto the floor. Letting that chuckle release your lower belly, any tension that was built up there. And when you're feeling ready, letting the legs extend all the way onto the floor into your final rest or Shavasana pose. Walking the shoulder blades under so the palms are faced up towards the sky. Releasing the breath. Releasing the mind and the body. And just coming back into a state of awareness of how awesome you are, how challenging that may have been. You can let that go and know that you're getting stronger every time you step into this mind-body state. And that every day is different, and it's okay. So bringing that compassion to yourself, you might even place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just letting that go. Identifying the beating of the heart. We'll end today's class here in this reclining pose. Giving thanks for your beating heart, for your right heart-centered action that brought you to this place in your healing journey, that you're sharing it here with me and with the other community members out there practicing in their own time and space, or perhaps in the same live stream as you. We are here Tuesdays 8 a.m. and Thursdays 5 p.m. for live stream. I'm Afia Yana. If you found any benefit from the practice, feel free to reach out to me at AFI Healthy Happy on Instagram for any class requests, questions, or just straight up send the love. Thank you so much. Namaste and Ashe.